Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Y'all, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everyone out there. Glasses are doing the glasses thing. I don't know what. You can see my screen on my face. Hi, Autumn. It's good to have you here. This whole week we're still in the midst of starting 2025. I don't want you to ever think that it's too late, especially because we have all these cool things happening. And if you're not a part of it, well, hello, you can be. Hi, Yolanda. She knows. And Catherine, did you get my email, by the way, Yolanda? Anyway, so many good things coming up. We have the Rising Tide again. Again, this is the third time I think that we're doing this course. And it starts on Tuesday, January 21st. So that's just coming right up next week. It's not too late. Go to savingdinner.com/rise if you're interested in setting goals that happen. It's that simple. Hi, Linda. It's so nice to have you here. The other thing that we're doing is recreate your life. Hello. Who doesn't want to recreate their life? Who doesn't want to have exactly the dream life that they want to have? And you're a queen. You deserve that. You deserve all the good things. We just have to set it all up. And Recreate Your Life is our book club that quarterly brings in books that are going to feed you heart, mind, body, and soul and help you do that elevation, because this is how we learn. This is how we become, by reading. We have to absorb it all. And we have a great deal if you want to do all of them. We meet on Tuesday nights, by the way. The first one starts on February 11th on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. First, it's out of the park. It's going to be awesome. I want you to go look at the page, savingdinner.com/recreate. There, you're going to see all those books that we're going to be doing this year. Awesome books. And guess what? Those all came out of my library. So those are good if I've decided after reading them, I want to trot them out again. So good stuff. And it's all books to really get your brain wrapped around what it is you want to do with that one life that you have left to live, that you all only have left to live, only have to live, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm excited about that. And then super excited, by the way, for tomorrow. Have you seen our workshop? We're doing a cook along with Leanne. We've had this on our plate for so long, and finally we just said, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Now, here's how this whole thing works. To cook along with me, first of all, you just go to savingdinner.com/cook. That's where the page is. Sign up. We will send you all the instructions, the recipes, the shopping list, and you can cook with me. Probably going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to put 5 recipes together. Now, if I were doing it myself, I'd have them done probably in about 35, 40 minutes. But I'm not. I'm going to be explaining everything as I go. I'm going to be showing you how to set up and how to make it happen in your kitchen so you don't feel like you're going all over the place and that it's your house, your kitchen looks like, a bomb went off afterwards. It doesn't have to be that way. I'm going to show you how to do it the way that they do it on TV, because the way they do it on TV is the way they do it in professional kitchens. It makes it happen. Okay? Nancy's going to be there. And I invite you to come with me and to cook with me. You will have everything set up and ready to go. Hey, Martha, I'm glad you're here. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I hope you show up from 4 to 6 tomorrow. My daughter Caroline will be here. She'll be shooting it. So maybe I'll bring her on camera for a minute. But I'm delighted to have this whole thing happen. So savingdinner.com/cook. Let's get busy. Because I'll tell you what, when you can get some stuff in the kitchen and put there, didn't I say 5 to 7? I said it's from 5 to 7? Are you sure? I thought it was from 4 to 6. Oh, Leanne, what are we going to do with you? So maybe Caroline won't be here after all. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Mark might be here. Well, Mark will be here. You'll see him. But we're going to be doing this anyway, and we've got it from 5 to 7. I would trust Jenny. I would not trust me. I would trust Jenny on that one. 5 to 7. It's going to be fun. You'll have dinner ready. Come on. You'll have dinner ready. And not only that, you'll have some food to throw in your fridge, and you'll know exactly what's for dinner, and you'll know how to do it. Excuse me, I'm itching my nose. And then don't forget also, still we rise. This big monster. Take Back Your Life journal. You know what I love about this? 4 to 6 Central. Oh man, Lisa, I'm so sad you can't make it. You can also get the replay, because let me just tell you, it'll work on the replay too. And you can cook along with me on a replay. You can do it live or you can do it on a replay. One thing always that I love is we do it on Crowdcast. So one of the cool things about that is that you can write down a timestamp if you need me to go over something again, right? So you can go back to it and do it. That's what I like. But Recreate Your Journal is right here. This big girl is fabulous, especially for those of you who are like me and like to write things out and in a big way and be able to see it. Really good thing. And the other thing is a lot of the check the box stuff. Not and all right. It takes you over your day and it teaches you. This is a little bit changer. It's showing that I have a very low, I don't know why that is, but it's there, folks. But it's showing that my connection is unstable. What else is new? I'm unstable. All right, we're just going to go with it as best we can. Quote of the week, y'all. You ready? Nancy's thawing out her salmon. Remember, when you change your thoughts to also change your world, well, of course. What do you think? Oh, is it better now? Was it kind of wavy before? Good. Norman Vincent Peale said that. You know who he is, right? Anyway, he is one of the most forthright thinkers. If we change our thoughts, we also have to change our world, but it usually responds to it. So that's a good word. Now, remember what we're doing this whole few weeks, 12 weeks. We're on week 11 right now. And we're going through the laws of the universe. We're going down woo-woo lane, but we're taking the woo out and putting in the science instead. How's that? And I think that's most critical because, I don't want to be given a bunch of fluff and stuff and expected to think, oh yeah, that's just the way it is. So this second law, the first one was the law of divine oneness, and that's in last week's show if you want to go back and watch it. This one is the law of vibration, and it's unlocking your frequency so you can understand your life a little bit better and also manipulate that vibration a little better. Now we've talked about vibration before. I find it fascinating because all vibration is energy. And every single thing on the planet, including this pen, has a vibration. There's high vibration, low vibration, there's vibration in between and middle. Everything on the planet can be measured for a vibration. Even rocks have vibration. So if you think about it, and you think about those little itsy bitsy atoms inside of a molecule having a vibration, it really makes you appreciate how this whole planet is put together with slight movement. Interesting. So we're going to talk about how vibration influences our thoughts, emotions, and how the actions and our whole world around us, because it just does. So the law of vibration states that everything seen and unseen is in a constant state of motion, vibrating at its own frequency. Established. We know that. We know about high vibrations and low vibrations. The high ones, of course, are associated with um, love and joy and gratitude. And then there's others, low, that are associated with anger, fear, despair, depression. Hey, Trish, you get it. And you know it. You can feel the difference between a high vibe and a low vibe. I mean, it's pretty self explanatory because we feel it. So we have to understand that our vibration, if you will, is a magnetic force and it pulls like to like. So if you're vibing low, you're going to pull in a whole bunch of low vibes. And don't forget, you're also training your reticular activating system to go after that. So if we want to have our reticular activating system going after high vibe stuff, we need to have our vibe set high. We're going to talk about that. Now, there's a lot of science that goes behind all of this. So I think it's important to talk about it because that way we're going to get out of woo-woo land and into the science and understand that these insights into the law of vibration are going to help us to tune in and to bring that to our tables and use it to our advantage. Hi, Doris. I'm glad you're here. So first of all, there is quantum physics, which, right, flying right over my head. But this, at a subatomic level, everything is energy according to quantum physics. And we perceive solid objects that are actually particles vibrating at different frequencies. This is true. This is how human beings are. And as a matter of fact, the food we eat, the body parts on us, everything has its own distinct vibe. It's not just one vibe. And did you know, by the way, that there's good food and bad food according to the vibe? You eat a highly processed food, low vibe, versus a high whole food like a blueberry or a steak or something like that, very high vibe food. Isn't it interesting how those things all correspond with our emotions and food and everything else when we want it to be up here, not way down here? There's also brain waves because our thoughts create measurable energy frequencies called brain waves. And the positive focused thinking generates coherent, high frequency brain waves. Well, guess what the low ones do? Low frequency brain waves, chaotic and undependable. And then there's also this thing called, have you ever heard of it? The heart-mind coherence. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot, and it's just basically the connection between your heart and your mind. We've all said this. I know in my head, but I don't feel it in my heart. I haven't connected those two yet. But we can connect those two simply by using simple practices such as gratitude, expressing positive emotion, allowing for something to be processed, for example, and then stepping into the elevation of our heart's vibe. It's interesting how this all works, but it helps with that coherence of heart-mind coherence. It's a really, really important factor because so often we feel disconnected from one or the other. And we can put them together by noticing and being aware and allowing for it as well. So this is how the law of vibration impacts your life. The first thing is your relationships, because your high vibe emotions like love and compassion are going to attract healthier emotions from your partner, from others around you, even people in line in the grocery store. You, by being high vibe, are going to create that connection. Isn't that neat? I think it's so cool. Number two is that your career and success, if you have a mindset of abundance and purpose, that's going to elevate everything that you're doing. I feel that way when I'm doing my work. When I sit down to do my work, I feel like it's a privilege. There are times when I'm like, oh gosh, I got this to do and that to do or whatever. But mostly what I'm looking at is how my purpose is going to push what it is that I'm doing because I feel like it's important work. And that's something that kind of feeds itself and keeps the vibe higher. And you know what it does too? It draws in opportunity, it draws in success, it draws in the right people because that's who you're attracting. And then, of course, your health, because we know that positive emotions and thoughts also contribute to how healthy you are or are not. You know, there is such a thing as psychosomatic illness. There is such a thing as being able to promote your own healing. There is such things as that simply by switching, changing out a bad vibe for a good vibe. Isn't that crazy? It's not really that crazy when we understand how like attracts like. You've seen this with magnets. So how do we raise our vibration? Well, the first thing is we have to cultivate it. That's right. We have to cultivate it. If we notice the energy of our thoughts, of our emotions, and our environment, we have to take a look. How are we operating? What's our operating system? Is it from a place of positivity? Is it from a place of negativity? Where are we coming from? But if we're not aware of it, if we're not noticing what's going on, we cannot cultivate awareness. We have to be in the present to do so. Hi, Anne. I'm glad you're here. Number 2, simple, easy, so often overlooked. I've talked about it endlessly. Practicing gratitude. Now, if you're not in this place of practicing gratitude and just very hunkered down on the negative garbage that's going on in your life, and I promise you there's always negative garbage in everyone's life. Nobody is immune from that, by the way. You're going to miss the boat. This is one of the highest vibrations that you can align yourself with. And it's something all of us can do. I mean, I'm not talking about people who are in the midst of fighting the California wildfires. I don't know. I can't even tell you how many people I know who have been displaced, lost their homes and what have you from California. And our hearts go out to them, right? At that time, it's all about what's going on. And I understand that from just our little brief, hurricane situation that we had here. You're kind of looking at the wrong stuff. But then when you get to the other side, you have an opportunity to say, my life was spared. I still have for example, here, we still have our home. We were inconvenienced, but look at the blessings that we have in our lives. Look at the gratitude. And for those who aren't dealing with some kind of a, consequential act of God, you might be looking at things from a different perspective of just, maybe times are tough in your house, or maybe you're having a difficult time with a certain person or whatever it is. There's still the ability to notice the things that you can be grateful for, even if it's just the next meal or the fact that you have hot water or whatever it is. But gratitude brings us to a place of higher vibe, and it brings with it other things. It brings with it more noticing, more happiness and joy and things that we can kind of hang our hats on. Gratitude does that. Gratitude is a gate buster, and it breaks down the barriers between us of where we are and where we want to go. That's the roadmap. That's the GPS. Start with gratitude. And then you need to surround yourself with high vibration energy. You know how you do that? I'm going to give you a couple of things. One, the people that you have the most time around, if they are negative Nellies and they're bringing everybody down, maybe that's not the person that you need to be spending a lot of time with. And if somebody comes to mind, as soon as I mention that, rethink that relationship or rethink how much time you're spending with them. And what we need to do is start to incorporate things into our lives that lift us up. I'm talking about reading books that are going to do that. I'm talking about listening to music that's going to do that. If you're always listening to sad music and you're sitting there weeping into your sleeve, there's something wrong there. And it's not going to raise the level up. It's going to raise the level down. So, and your environment too. The other high vibe thing that you can do is declutter your house, right? Clean it up. Make it pleasant to look at. You want to have the visual piece to experience the inner piece. That's what happens when we have our lives, different aspects of our lives in order. It gives us visual rest. It puts that gentleness and that just oh gosh, I can breathe now kind of a thing in your heart. And it makes you feel so much better. It's after exercise, you feel so much better. All of these things, if you write down a list of all the things that makes you feel better, you're going to find all these high vibe activities, like decluttering your house, for example. Then number 4 is meditate and visualize. Hello, meditate. Meditate on the things that it is that you want. Meditate on being the woman that you're supposed to be. Meditate on this high vibe thing, on the gratitude that you have for everything in your life. And then also visualize, where is it that I'm going? If those of you who did my my vision board workshop, you know, those words, those pictures, they imprint on your brain and they give your reticular activating system a GPS. It starts to change everything. And can you imagine? Think about the power of this, of visualizing what it is that you want, of writing it down every single day in the form of an affirmation, of meditating on the kind of woman that you want to become. You cannot help but be that woman. It's not and this is where we start to automatic pilot some of it and also deliberately create what it is that we want. I've told you over and over again, and my vision board is upstairs. This is my old one, house right there on the water. It happened. And it happened because I really worked on that. I saw it and I embodied it. I breathed it. And I believed in it. I used all of my senses about it. I wrote about it constantly. It happened. We can do that with all of our other goals. We can do that with the kind of life that it is that we want to live. We can have a high vibe life simply by doing these things. I know it sounds really simplistic, but it was really something. Well, thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate that so much. Hi, Marianne, Trish. I didn't see y'all. Y'all walking in the house. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I have an exercise I want to do with you. It's going to take it'll take you 5 minutes to go through, but I'm just going to give you the 5 steps on this. So if you're taking notes, take them. Otherwise, if you get our show notes, you'll get it tomorrow. But it's a very simple exercise. It helps you to shift your energy. It's just incredible. Well, Virginia, you're here too. Look at all these pinkies going up too. Hey, Nancy. Mother Hen's got her pinkies up. You know what that means. You better listen to her. Get yours up right now. Well, the first thing is you find a quiet space to close your eyes. It's a small little meditative practice that you can do first thing in the morning. You can do it if you're it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're just going, oh man, I feel untethered. I feel a little bit lost or whatever. This will center you and bring you back in. Number 2, you're going to take 3 deep breaths. This is such a great thing. You breathe in the gratitude that you have and all the positivity that you want to have, and you breathe out all the negativity. And you don't have to necessarily label any of it. You just have to say, I'm breathing in positivity and I'm breathing out negativity. Breathing in positivity, breathing out negativity. That's it. God will do the rest. Those things will be arranged, and it's cleansing to do these things. Number 3 is to visualize a bright light surrounding you. Who could that be? Who could that bright light be? Who could that be, that power, that glow, that aura around you, just surrounding you? Now see that and allow your frequency to come up, just bubble up from gratitude that you were enveloped and loved like that. Number 4 is think about one thing, just one little thing that you are deeply grateful. It could be a person, it could be an event, it could be the new job you're starting or whatever. And allow that feeling inside of you. Just sit on that. Allow it to expand. Remember our Robin Sharma quote? What you think about, what you focus on expands, what you think about grows, and what you think about grows, what you dwell upon becomes your destiny. I said it all wrong, but you know what I'm talking about exactly. What you focus on does expand, and allow for that. And number 5 is open your eyes and then see that energy, carry it with you through the day, and just say, it's coming along with me. These little things, they sound a little bit, But they are not. They are not, because they are intentionally putting yourself into a better place. All we're doing right now is labeling them and telling you what they are and how they work in your body, so we understand the science and we're not like going, oh, that's just too crazy and woo-woo. It's not. Great stuff. So we can live in alignment by calling on this law of vibration. You know what it is? It's a reminder that you're not a passive observer in this life of yours at all. You are the co-creator, and you become the co-creator when you start to see where the energy is coming. Your energy, that vibe that we're talking about, is your currency for getting the job done in the way that you want, not in the way that you're just kind of going with the flow and allowing all this other garbage to come into your life, right? A long time ago in a land far, far away, I used to say to my ex-husband, I am not your garbage can for you to just throw all this stuff on me. I am not. And I want us to start thinking in those terms of like, what will you take in and what will you repel out? You do not have to take everything in that people throw at you, by the way. You do not. You are not their garbage can. And when we do this, we are not only just sticking up for ourselves, not only saying we are worthy for better things, but we're protecting that energy. We're protecting that vibe. So when we think about this and we understand that each thought, each emotion, each action is vibration, we have to choose what it is that we're going to resonate with. We have to choose what it is that we're going to align ourselves with. And that's the thing that is going to take us to the place of becoming the woman that we want to be. Queens of our own lives, right? Queens of our own lives are in control of all these different little things. And the reason is because they understand the vibe that's theirs and theirs alone to control. That's good news, because sometimes we get into this place of being just control monsters. And we know where that goes, right? We know where that goes. But the things that you can control, get into it. Control them. And allow for the grace and the strength and the vibrancy of having a higher vibe. It's all yours. Just claim it and start using it. All right, next week we're going to go into the law of attraction, which, wowzers, it's going to be so much fun. I'm excited about it. And I love talking about this stuff. Isn't it fun? It's so cool. Next week is law of attraction. Tonight, if you are a part of the, what is it? The Recreate Your Life. This is the last of the Recreate Your Life. We're doing Big Magic tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite books. You can see I've got lots of stickies in there. So I'm excited about that. I hope to see you all there that are, signed up for it. And don't forget, you can be a part of Recreate Your Life. It's pretty awesome. And next, we will be starting our next book club on the 11th. Meanwhile, I gave you a bunch of announcements at the beginning of the show. Go to savingdinner.com/announcements and get them all. All right? Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.